Hi. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Speak Unstoppable. I'm Maria, and I'm here with my friend Joan.
Hi, everyone. I'm really happy you're here with us today. Maybe you're walking, cooking, or taking a little break. Maybe even secretly listening while your homework waits. We won't tell.
Yes, just take a quiet moment with us. Today, I was thinking about something we all know: exams. That feeling when you walk past a school or university and see students holding papers, whispering, "Did you study this chapter?"
Oh, that face. Half awake, half terrified. I remember it well.
Exactly. And I thought, wow, that used to be me. Holding notes, pretending to be calm, walking slowly into the exam room.
Same here. Desks in straight lines. Windows open just a little. Everyone acting brave. You sit down, pen on the table, and the room feels so quiet. You can hear your own heartbeat.
And the teacher's shoes. Step, step, step. Walking toward you with the exam papers. It's almost musical.
Yes. And then they say, good luck. For a second, you think, no, I don't need luck. I need another week.
But still, that moment feels special. You, the paper, the pen, and everything you've learned, all in front of you.
If you've ever felt that, you're very, very normal.
It's funny and a little sad at the same time. Years spent chasing grades, sitting in classrooms, and then suddenly life asks you to talk, decide, solve problems. And we think, I know how to pass an exam, but do I know how to live?
I've heard that from students. Good grades, but feeling lost in their first real job.
Maybe you've felt that too. Marks and certificates don't always mean you're ready for real-life situations, interviews, or conversations in English.
And that's exactly what we'll explore today. Exams, real-life skills, and what each teaches us.
Not a lecture. No boring lists. Just stories, feelings, and simple phrases you can use to talk about your education in English.
And today's episode is around B1 level. Slow, simple, natural English. You'll catch the ideas, and if you're a strong beginner, just let it wash over you. No pressure.
At the end, we'll do a calm word tour. Words like books. Smart, street smart. Soft skills, hands-on experience. Phrases you might have heard but not fully understood.
And if a phrase is new, don't worry. We'll explain it clearly, slowly, one by one.
Before we go deeper, maybe notice one word or thought in your mind. Something you think about. School, exams, or learning. Keep it quiet. Just notice.
All right, let's start with memories. When you hear the word education, Maria, what do you see first?
Honestly, a school desk, a thick exam paper, a teacher walking between rows. 5 minutes left. My heart. Boom, boom, boom.
Yes, same. I see a report card, marks, red pen. Parents asking, so how did you do?
For many of us, education meant marks, pressure, and sometimes late nights. I remember trying to cram all the information at once, the night before the exam.
I did that too. Relax all month. Then try to become a genius in one night. Spoiler, it rarely works.
And it wasn't just cramming, memorizing long answers, repeating word for word without really understanding.
Yes, very often we were spoon-fed. Every spoon of information was given, and we didn't cook anything ourselves.
Sit still, copy, cram, try not to make mistakes. That was school life for many.
And if that feels familiar, you're not alone.
But let's be fair, exams do something useful too.
Yes, they give structure. A date, a subject, a goal. Without that, some of us might never open the book.
True. Exams can show you know the basics. They help you become books, smart, good with theory, facts, and information from textbooks.
Books, smart, isn't bad. Understanding ideas, remembering details, planning. These are real skills.
Exams train discipline, focus, memory. Useful things.
But they don't show the whole picture.
Exactly. Imagine a student with top marks, perfect answers on paper, but suddenly in real life, they need to lead a team, solve a problem, and they don't know what to do.
Books, smart versus street smart. Books, smart, good with tests. Street smart, good with people, problems, life.
Many schools make us books, smart, but not very street smart. That's called a skill gap, the space between the skills you have and the skills you need.
Feeling that gap doesn't mean you're not capable. It usually means education gave more test practice than life practice.
And that's okay. Awareness is the first step.
So, part one is about noticing exams, school memories, and the start of understanding this balance between books and real life.
Yes, and if you want, take a quiet moment and think, which exam felt important? Which real-life moment taught you more than that exam?
Even thinking about one small moment is enough for now.
All right, that's part one. Calm, reflective, and full of small ideas to notice.
Next, we'll go a bit deeper, talking about soft skills, real-world skills, and hands-on experiences.
But for now, just breathe and notice. You're doing well. So, John, we've talked about exams and memories of school, but now I want to think about something bigger. What exams give us and what they don't.
Yes, exams give structure, dates, marks, and that feeling of being book smart. You know facts, remember details, pass tests. But real life asks for more, something exams can't always teach.
Exactly. Things like talking to people, solving unexpected problems, or making quick decisions. Many students tell me I was great on paper, but in my first real-life job, I felt lost.
I remember my first experience like that. In school, I got high marks in English exams. I thought, I'm strong at English.
Sounds familiar.
Then, one day, the teacher asked me to give a 2-minute speech in front of the class. I knew the topic on paper, but when I stood up, my hands shook. My voice was small. Words disappeared. I couldn't think on my feet.
Yes, that feeling. You know the information, but your mouth doesn't work.
Exactly. That day, I understood my exam marks didn't mean I could handle real-life speaking situations. There was a skill gap between test skills and real-life skills.
I had a similar experience in my first job. My university grades were good. CV checked all the boxes. But in meetings, I felt small. Others seemed confident. I felt like a child in the wrong room.
Ah, imposter syndrome. Feeling like you don't belong, even when your results say you do.
Yes, many of us feel that. Good marks, low confidence.
But those moments, they can push you to grow, to build real-life skills.
And one of the best ways is through hands-on experience, learning by doing, not reading, not cramming, actually doing.
Totally. I worked in a small cafe. At first, taking orders, talking to customers. I made mistakes, forgot things, spoke too fast. But with time, I became calmer, clearer, kinder. That's real-world skill building.
And for me, teaching was like that. My degree gave ideas about education, but real learning started in the classroom. Students confused, tired, excited. I had to adapt, answer unexpected questions, manage time, hands-on experience.
Exactly. You can't get that from memorizing answers or cramming. You get it by trying, failing, adjusting, and trying again.
And remember, real life experience doesn't have to come from formal work. Helping family, volunteering, solving problems, these all teach skills outside exams.
Yes, and still exams are important for school, university, visas. We're not saying skip them. The question is balance. How to grow both books, smart and street smart.
One step is seeing exams as a tool, not your value. A tool, like a hammer or a phone. Useful, but it doesn't define who you are.
Yes, your exam mark is one number, one moment. It doesn't measure kindness, courage, creativity.
Being book smart is useful. Understand ideas, pass tests, but growing street smart is also important. Feeling comfortable in real situations.
You don't have to choose. Both are possible. Study for your exams. Practice real-world skills, soft skills, and transferable skills.
For example, while preparing for an English exam, you can talk to people in English, even a few minutes. Explain ideas to a friend instead of only writing. Join a group project or small club, volunteer, or do a part-time job.
All of that slowly fills the skill gap. And if you feel imposter syndrome, remember, it's normal. Many learners feel, am I good enough?
The key is not perfection, step-by-step growth, through exams and life together.
Yes, let's talk more about soft skills. Small, gentle abilities that make life easier. Communication, teamwork, listening, empathy, time management.
Soft skills help explain an idea clearly, disagree politely, comfort a friend, work with different personalities. They are transferable, useful in jobs, school, family, even travel.
Exactly. Real-world skills, soft skills, transferable skills all work together. Exams give one part, life experiences give another. Both matter.
And thinking about our own stories helps. Which exam felt important? Which real-life moment taught more? Job interview? Presentation? Difficult conversation? Big mistake you had to fix?
Often, those moments that feel hard, the ones where you learn the hard way, teach more than classrooms ever could.
Yes, and recognizing that it's part of your education, not just marks on paper.
So today, we explored exams and school memories, books, smart versus street smart, skill gaps and imposter feelings, soft skills and real-life growth, hands-on experiences.
Exactly. Part 2 is really about noticing the gap between what exams test and what life asks.
And that gap isn't scary. It's an invitation to practice, explore, and grow.
And if you take one small action today, maybe speaking a few sentences in English with someone, or trying a new small responsibility, you're already closing that gap.
Yes, small, consistent steps make the difference.
All right, in part 3, we'll slow things down even more. Focus on vocabulary and phrases from today. Practical words you can use to talk about school, exams, and real-life skills.
But for now, just breathe and reflect. Think about your own experiences, exams, challenges, and real moments that taught you something.
Notice one word or phrase from today that feels familiar or new. Keep it in your mind. We'll come back to it in part 3. John, we've talked a lot about exams and real-life skills, but now I want to slow down and think about some words and phrases that make it easier to talk about learning and real-life experiences.
Yes, sometimes. Just having the right words can make things feel easier. It's a calm way to practice English while listening.
Let's start with books. Smart. that describes someone who is good with theory and exams, knows the information in books, remembers details, usually gets top marks.
For example, my sister is very book smart. She always gets the top scores in her exams.
Or he's book smart, but he feels shy in real meetings. So being book smart is useful, but it's not everything.
Now, street smart. That's the other side. Someone who is good in real life, can handle problems, people, and new situations even without a book.
For example, she's not top of the class, but really street smart at work. Or, you need to be street smart when traveling alone in a new city.
Next, soft skills, people skills, communication, teamwork, listening, empathy, leadership.
Many companies care a lot about soft skills, not just marks. For example, his soft skills are great. He listens, explains clearly, and people trust him.
Real-world skills, or real-life skills, are also important. Skills you use outside the classroom, writing emails, solving problems, talking to people.
For example, school gave me grammar, but travel gave me real-world skills. Or we need real-life skills to handle money, time, and relationships.
Hands-on experience is another important phrase. Learning by doing. Being inside a situation, not just reading or listening.
For example, working in a cafe gave me hands-on experience with customers. Or you read about teaching, but only get hands-on experience when standing in front of a class.
And then some exam-focused phrases. Cram for an exam. Study a lot in a short time, usually right before the test.
For example, I didn't study all month, so I had to cram for the exam last night. Or when I cram for an exam, I feel tired and stressed the next day.
Learn by heart means memorize completely, so you can say it without looking.
We had to learn by heart 3 long answers for the history exam. Or, I learned by heart a perfect answer, but in the interview, they asked a different question.
Tick all the boxes. Match all the requirements. On paper, everything looks perfect.
For example, her CV ticks all the boxes: great grades, good school, many certificates. Or he doesn't tick all the boxes on paper, but he's amazing in real life work.
Think on your feet. Respond quickly and clearly in a new situation without time to prepare.
In job interviews, they want to see if you can think on your feet. Or, teaching live classes taught me to think on my feet when students ask surprise questions.
Skill gap. The difference between the skills you have and the skills you need.
For example, my marks were good, but there was a skill gap when I started my first job. Or, if you feel a skill gap in speaking, you can close it slowly with practice.
Transferable skills. Skills you can use in many jobs and situations.
For example, communication and problem solving are transferable skills. Or, my part-time job gave me transferable skills I still use today.
Learn the hard way. Learn from a difficult or painful real experience.
For example, I didn't prepare for the meeting and learned the hard way when my boss asked questions. Or, he learned the hard way that cramming the night before doesn't always work.
Spoon-fed. When students get everything given to them and don't think for themselves.
At school, we were spoon-fed. Teacher told us exactly what to write in the exam. Or, when you're spoon-fed for years, real-life problems feel scary at first.
Imposter syndrome. When you feel you're not good enough, even when your results show you are.
She had top grades, but felt imposter syndrome in her first job. Or, many language learners feel it. They think their English is terrible, but others think it's good.
The nice thing is, you don't need to remember all phrases at once. Even 2 or 3 is enough to start.
Yes, listen again, practice one by one, and slowly they feel natural. Step by step.
And noticing these words in real life helps too. Books, smart. Street smart. Hands-on experience. Soft skills. Hear them, use them, and connect them to your own life.
And remember, growing real life skills doesn't mean exams are useless, they're just one part of your story.
Yes, you can be books, smart and street smart. Build transferable skills. Practice hands-on experience. Step by step. Small, calm steps.
Try noticing one phrase that feels familiar or one new phrase you want to practice. Even a small sentence is enough.
For example, you could write, "One soft skill I want to improve is," or "I want more hands-on experience with."
No pressure, just notice, observe, try. Step by step, you're growing in English, in life, and through your experiences.
Even small, gentle steps matter.
Yes, just breathe, notice, and imagine using these words in your own life. John, after everything we've talked about today, exams, real life skills, hands on experience, soft skills, I think it's nice to pause and just reflect.
Yes, reflection is important. Think about your own story. Which exam felt important to you? Which real-life moment taught you more than any test?
Maybe it was a job interview, a presentation, a difficult conversation, or a time you made a mistake and had to fix it. Those moments teach in ways exams can't.
And sometimes they teach the hard way. Not fun at first, but memorable. You remember the lesson because you lived it.
Exactly. And each lesson builds your real life skills, things like communicating, problem solving, listening, working with others. These are just as valuable as exams.
Even more, some of them are transferable. Skills you can use in different jobs, countries, or life situations. For example, explaining ideas clearly helps in teaching, work, and everyday conversations.
And don't forget, feeling imposter syndrome sometimes is normal. Many people feel unsure even when they're capable. The important thing is to keep growing, step by step.
Yes, perfection is not the goal. Progress is every small action counts. Even speaking a few sentences in English, volunteering, or helping someone that builds real-life experience.
And exams, they are just a tool, a useful one, but they don't define your whole story. They measure one moment, one skill. Real life measures something bigger: adaptability, patience, courage.
So, being books smart is great, but growing street smart, learning soft skills, and gaining hands-on experience, that's equally important. You can do both together.
Even small steps matter. Try explaining one idea in English today. Listen carefully in conversations. Take one small responsibility you haven't tried before. These are real life lessons happening right now.
And let's remember the phrases from today. Books, smart, street smart, soft skills, real-life skills, hands-on experience, cram for an exam, learn by heart, tick all the boxes, think on your feet, skill gap, transferable skills, learn the hard way, spoon-fed, imposter syndrome.
Yes, even if just 2 or 3 phrases feel familiar, that's already a step forward. The more you notice, the more natural they become. Step by step.
A calm way to practice is notice these words in your day. Use one in a sentence, even quietly to yourself, or write it in a notebook. Little actions make a difference.
And we'd love to hear from you. Try one simple sentence in the comments. One soft skill I want to improve, or one real life skill I'm practicing is.
Your English doesn't have to be perfect. The point is to try, reflect, and connect words to your life. That's how learning really sticks.
So, take a moment. Think about your story, your exams, your real-life lessons, your growth. Every part matters. Marks, mistakes, successes, and challenges. They all shape your education.
And remember, your story is yours. Exams are one chapter. Real-life experiences are another. Both matter. Both teach. Both grow you.
We hope today's conversation gives you calm, confidence, and a sense that small, steady steps build real skills in English and in life.
Yes, keep noticing, keep practicing, keep reflecting. Step by step, you're learning and growing.
This has been Maria,
And I'm Joun.
and you've been listening to our cozy English conversation.
Keep exploring, keep practicing, and remember, your growth is real, even if it feels small.
And if you enjoyed learning with us today, like this episode, subscribe, and maybe write one small sentence in the comments. It really helps you practice and helps other learners find us too.
Yes, simple steps, no pressure, just calm, steady learning.
Bye for now, and see you next time in another conversation.